Hi, Gemini. This is Lost Twin Tarot. My name is Colette, if you've never viewed me before. Gemini, this is a weekly reading for the 8th through the 14th. Gemini, this is a big week for everyone. This is the big eclipse is coming on the 8th. Um, this is the Mercury retrograde. There's just so much going on. But I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah, we're already in retrograde. I can't even think. This is gonna be placements for Sun, Moon, and Rising. Um, just keep the pieces that resonate and drop the rest. When I was meditating on your cards, Gemini, I feel like you are really working hard on an achievement right now. I feel like you're waiting for this eclipse as well. When I did your eclipse reading, it looked like it was going to be like a really promising eclipse. It looks like it's going to be that way for a lot of signs as well. And I feel like that's what you're headed towards. I feel like you've just kind of been waiting and you're just waiting for this, almost like this, like you've been working on yourself and you've been working on your like glow up. I feel like you've changed a lot over the years. And I think, you're just, waiting for like, your rewards to come in. But I feel like that is what's going to kind of be happening for you, after this eclipse. Um, After, kind of going into it, for this week, I feel like you should be receiving, you'll start seeing the rewards of, what you deserve. I feel like, you've, I feel like you feel like things have been taken from you, the rewards that you feel like you deserve. Um, I feel like you almost feel like you've been robbed of a lot of things in your life. I feel like some of you hold on to some anger because of that. Whether this was chances that you um could have taken and you weren't able to do that because of your people held you back or you weren't able to have the chance or just things happened in life um that weren't your fault. And I feel like you feel like you just got cheated. You got, your chances were robbed from you. Um, I feel like you've been manifesting on this for a long time as well. I feel like you've been manifesting this achievement and you've been waiting for it. Um, whether this is in work or whether this is in love, finding the right person that understands you, finding the right place, finding your tribe, finding the right fit for the right job. When I was meditating on your cards, I heard the Master of Puppets song. Maybe you feel like you are almost like a puppet in a way. Maybe that song really revs you up. I feel like some of you I feel like some of you almost have I feel like some of you feel like you wish you had the chance to um tell the person or tell the people what you really feel, like how they hurt you or anything like that. But but then you almost feel like it would be almost like a waste. Like it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't change who they were. But you just want to say how you feel. It's like you just have to voice how you feel. Geminis don't like to keep their feelings in. They have to say what they feel. That was the safety card. It says trust in the invisible. Got all kinds of stuff coming out here. All right, let's get this going, Gemini. I'm gonna pull three of these Woodland Warden's Oracle cards out this week just to get a little bit of extra stuff in here for you. Since it's, an eclipse week and everything else is going on, so much stuff. You have the Four of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Chariot, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Two of Swords. You have the Two of Pentacles on the bottom there. You have the Page of Cups. You have the Eight of Cups. You have the Three of Cups. Five of Swords. Six of Wands. Knight of Wands. And we'll get, you have the Four of Pentacles. You have the Martin and Foxglove. You have Mischief. You have Romance, the Finch and the Peach. And you have the Snail and the Huckleberry. Trust in the Invisible. That was that card that just popped out a little bit ago. All right, what's on the bottom? And the Eel and the Iris, Safety. That was the other one that wanted to pop out. All right, so let's take a look at this for you, Gemini. So you have the Four of Wands and you have the Page of Cups. And the Four of Wands is all about your environment. It can represent about going home, or just, it can represent, a celebration. Sometimes people can say, represents a wedding or something like that. The Four of Wands can also represent a pause as well. And, I feel like this week, we are definitely in a time of pause. They always say during an eclipse or during a retrograde to never, start anything. Don't make any big decisions or don't make any big starts. But I feel like, I've done a bunch of things starting before, and I don't really ever recall anything really detrimental ever happening. With the Page of Cups, I feel like something could be coming in that week where it could be something that can be really promising for you. This could be something that this could be something inspirational that you want to do. Maybe you could be doing some work on your home. You could be doing some work on your home or in your home. You have that Romance card. You have that, Mischief card as well. We'll take a look at that if we have anything in here about that. But I feel like this could be, you having an idea that you just kind of want to bring to life. You have that lobster there, and that, he looks like he's painting. I feel like a lot of you could be wanting to just kind of, maybe do some work. Maybe you're into art. You want to do some projects on your home. But I also feel like this Page of Cups could be, potentially like a romantic, type of thing with that Romance card. Um, you know, Doing something creative could also, kind of get you, excited. The Geminis like to be mentally stimulated. The way to their heart is through their mind. As you know. So I feel like it's almost like by you doing something creative. Mentally stimulating, whatever that is for you, that could really bring some romance into your life. Next, you have the Three of Swords with the Eight of Cups, which I love to see this. There's that eclipse right up there, the week of the eclipse. I feel like this is you leaving behind a lot of grieving. This is, great to see. With that Four of Pentacles on the bottom, I feel like this is something you could have been holding on to for a long time. I know I have been holding on to a lot of things for a while. And I feel like this is something that you are ready to let go. Um, you know, you're meditating on your cards. I see a lot of different images. And I feel like it's, different things that it's almost like you could like let loose and, really, with this Mischief card, I feel like this is somebody who caused you a lot of mischief. You know, you yourself could have caused mischief in situations, and you could feel bad about it. You could have really messed things up for different situations. Take it how it resonates. Um we've all been there, done that. um but I feel like this is, you feeling like you've grieved. You look at this man on this card and he's really heartbroken, and I feel like you're done doing that. You can't do it anymore. You've wasted just too much time, and I feel like that's kind of what's happening now. um I think you're accepting that this person, this job, this situation, whatever it is, they're never going to change. They're always going to be the way they are. um the situation's always going to be the same, and you're just going to have, and you just kind of don't care anymore. I think you're also accepting that you could be also separating in a way. You're seeing your life start to shape and change in a way, and you're seeing that theirs is too. Whether this is like your parents, or whether this is like a friend, or like somebody that you were close to at some time, and you're starting to see that um your relationships and your lives are changing in different directions. With this trust the invisible card, I feel like, nobody's really saying anything. Um, but you can see it happening before you. And that's okay. You know, it just says trust the invisible. Everything's happening the way it's supposed to. With that Eight of Cups, I feel like you're moving the way you're supposed to go, and they're moving the way they're supposed to go. Next, you have the Chariot and the Three of Cups. I feel like this is you headed towards, a celebration of victory. I feel like you might not be able to see it yet. I myself sometimes can't even see it. I just keep the faith going, right? Um, and it's like that card says, trust in the invisible. With that, it's so true with the chariot. The chariot, he has, those things, they have you know, no reins on there. Um, no reins on there. It's always opposite. They have no reins on there. So he doesn't know where he's going. He is leaving his home behind, and he's just headed towards, this, just into the, just head on into the mysteries of the universe. And he just doesn't know where he's going. And I feel like that's pretty much what you're embracing with this eclipse, with this retrograde, just with everything, in life. And I feel like that's kind of what you're doing. You're trusting in the invisible. Um, and I feel like whatever comes in, whether this is, romance, celebration, you're embracing that, and it's going to be victorious for you. You're trusting your intuition. The chariot represents a lot of intuitive energy, it's Cancer energy. And I feel like that's what you are, kind of going with. It's good and evil, it's that shadow and it's light, and you're just going to embrace all of it, and you're going to go kind of go with it. I mean, it's really, you're Gemini, you kind of have that dark light. You kind of have both sides to you. You're very dual, it's duality as you are. So you can understand, and you're going to be able to be um you can embrace all that energies. Next, you have the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is all about that, facing truth, being welcoming to the truth, being welcoming to reality, and almost being, almost embracing the hurt, but being okay with embracing the hurt and being okay with it, and almost being able to realizing that it's okay. She still isn't as she's not as stern as the King of Swords. Um, she is, I feel like that's kind of what you're doing. I feel like you've endured this pain from somebody like the King, or like the Five of Swords. I feel like you've had a bunch of swords, stabbed in your back more than once, probably almost 5 times. And I feel like you've accepted that. You've accepted the truth, you've gained clarity, you've accepted this, mischievous energy from that. And I feel like, you're accepting of that, and but you're still kind of going with that. The Queen of Swords is able to accept that, but in a way, she's still able to be lighthearted about it. She's not grieving. She's done her grieving, and now she's ready to almost be very carefree, and kind of be almost a little bit she'll laugh, she'll joke. She's able to move in a positive stride. But at the same time, she's learned from this, and she is going to um have her sword up, and not and have these boundaries up in the future. She'll have her sword up to remember that, you've crossed me, before, so now I know what to expect the next time this happens. Um, and I feel like this is what's happening, Gemini. Um, I feel like you could be a little bit harsher, not harsher, but a little bit more like if somebody was to, tell you something like this, you could be like, well, I don't really like that because this happened to me type of thing. I feel like you could be a little bit, not I don't want to say judgmental, but you could be a little bit more like, you don't want any part of somebody who does that to somebody because it happened to you is what I'm saying. Um, keep you out of your energy. Um, Next you have the Queen of Cups and the Six of Wands. I feel like this is you really nurturing yourself emotionally. I feel like you're starting to really value your emotions. And I feel like you're starting to get more in touch to where you're not um so in touch with your emotions to where you're saddened. I feel like this is a healthy balance of your emotions. I feel like this is you're not up in your head. I feel like you're becoming balanced where you can find a happy medium with your, head and heart. And I feel like, people are taking notice of that as well with that Six of Wands. Six of Wands is where, usually you're receiving attention as well. And I feel like you are, and people are taking notice of that, and you're being more intuitive. You're being more intuitive and you're aware of that. You're aware of people's energies around you, of their energies, of their emotions. You're able to pick up on that. Next you have the Two of Swords. You have the Knight of Wands. And with the Knight of Wands, it's all about, that that fiery energy of, kind of being in and out of things. And with the Two of Swords, I feel like that's kind of how it's almost like the same thing. I think Knight of Wands can be a little bit flighty. Um, he's here, he's there, but he goes after what he wants, which is exactly what a Gemini does. You definitely, you always go after what you want. When you want something, you want it now, you want it right now. Geminis tend to not be the most patient people, and we tend to lose attention quickly. And I feel like, in a way, that could be with the Two of Swords. If we um, want something and we want to go after it, we might have to with the Two of Swords, take that blindfold off and remove those swords and take and remove them from our heart. And we're going to have to be a little bit more open um, to the ways of getting to that. Because sometimes we want to just jump all in like that Knight of Swords. And then we're like, well, where is it? We need it right now. Why isn't it here? And then we might have to be able to be more flexible in a way with that Two of Swords energy. Um, and as tough as it is with that Queen of Swords right next to that, it's almost like we're going to have to embrace that those emotions to be able to see things um more clearly and to be more open to our own emotions, be more open to others around us. And I feel like Geminis always see things, from all different points of views. We're open to just all different, much more open-minded than, a lot of different signs. And I feel like but at the same time, I feel like we, um, are a little bit closed off sometimes in our emotions. Um, because it's just how we are sometimes. We like to just live in our head. Um, what do we have with the Four of Wands and the Page Cups for Gemini? You have the Justice card on the bottom. You have the King of Wands. And with this, I feel like, that's the it's really putting these things into action. Justice is all about, balance. It's good karmic, relief, rewards. And the King of Wands is all about, putting things into action. He's a good entrepreneur. Um, he's fair. He's not only a good entrepreneur, but he's a good leader, and which is definitely Gemini type of, um, characteristics as well. I feel like if this is you're literally an entrepreneur or you're an entrepreneur of your house, whatever you're doing, you're going to be restoring balance in your home, um, and really just making things, work better. I feel like you're going to be, excited about doing something with that Page of Cups. You could be, if you're involved in somebody new, um, this could be a fire sign, um, with fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, take it how it resonates. Um, but I feel like this is just you taking the lead in something, and restoring, that energy in the house, in the home. I feel like, it could be a lot of passion going on, with that romance, that Page of Cups. What's the Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups for Gemini? You have that Seven of Swords on the bottom with the Eight of Swords. And like I was saying, you could have feel like, somebody stole something from you with that Seven of Swords on the bottom, and I feel like that's definitely what it is. Eight of Swords, putting you in this headspace of, I can't do anything. That's never gonna work. Gemini can't do that. Gemini's too, all over the place. Gemini can't do that. They're too, they're, they're not smart enough. They're too, they got too big of a mouth or whatever. And I feel like that's definitely what, is you're giving up here. You're walking away from, you're walking away from that with that Eight of Cups. It doesn't longer serve you anymore. Um, it's something that broke your heart. It kept you in there for a long, long time. I feel like this Seven of Swords, definitely was a person in your life. This could have been I feel like this comes up for you a lot, Gemini. I feel like that's a person in your life. I feel like it's the person that caused a lot of mischief in your life. Take it how it resonates, whether this was a loved one, a parent, a boss, a bully, like a friend who was like a bully to you. What's the Three of Cups and the Chariot? Oh, I apologize. You have Justice again, and you have the Page of Swords. With the Page of Swords and the Justice on the bottom, this Page of Swords represents you having a lot of you learning, but learning at your own pace, and you maybe being a little bit stubborn along the way. But if you didn't learn the way you did, then you wouldn't have all the wisdom and extra, almost like the almost extra, like Gemini way that you would have learned things in. Maybe you learned a little bit, maybe you learned it, a little bit slower. Maybe you learned a little bit faster. Maybe you just learned with that little bit of extra Gemini. Why am I want to say Gemini crunch? I don't know why I want to say that, but that is what's coming out. Um, but yeah, maybe you just wanted to do things your own way. This is also a card, in this deck of, almost, this can be a card of if you're getting ready to write like a novel or something. Um, but it's also a card of being really nervous and a little bit scared of what you're about to face. Whether this is a new relationship or and maybe you haven't dated in a long time, but it's a card of just being nervous, but knowing that you are able to face the situation you're about to go in. With the Five of Swords, I'm going to do this one more time. The Five of Swords and the Queen of Wands, that Seven of Pentacles wanted to pop right out. I'm going to do it one more time. You have the Six of Swords on the bottom. You have the Seven of Pentacles, and you have the Two of Cups. And the Seven of Pentacles is all about, investing, your time, your effort into something. The Two of Cups is something that was made for you. This could be a person. This could be, your higher self. Um, and this could also represent, not even that, but something that was like a job that was made for you, something that you really enjoy doing. Um, but it could represent, different things. It definitely can represent love with that romance card, for sure. And I feel like this can be, you're putting a rest to maybe a partner in the past, and now you have someone new coming in. If you're already attached to someone, um, I feel like this is you putting this putting this negative energy behind you, and because of that, your love life can blossom better. Um, it's almost like because you're putting that behind, things in your other parts of your life can grow now. Um, I also feel like because of that, you're trusting in the invisible. And because of that, you, it's like you're investing your time in your love life. So, um, your work life can be better or vice versa. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like, you're putting energy into one or the other. Mercury retrograde is like throwing me all off. It was already doing it to me today. I hope that's making sense. But I feel like you're accepting of the past. You're accepting of the past with that Queen of Swords, and now you're able to invest your time into things, whether it's romance, work, other things like that. And you're doing it the right way, and you're doing it with a clear mind is what I'm trying to get out. In the past, I feel like your mind was clouded. That's what I'm trying to get out. My gosh. This has been a rough retrograde so far, and it's not. So we're only a day or two in. Okay, with the Six of Wands and the Queen of Cups, you have the Devil on the bottom, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. You could have been dealing with a Earth sign, or a Capricorn, possibly, if that's resonating for you. Um, but I feel like this is definitely the blockages that could have been happening for you. The Queen of Pentacles, I feel like, this was you just not nurturing yourself. You weren't focused on yourself. Um, this could have been, I feel like this was a lot of negative self-talk, or you could have had a Queen of Pentacles, person, whether this was like a mother or a boss, someone like that who, you know, I feel like it was like an older, like maternal figure. Um, Maybe not even your boss, maybe a mother-in-law or something like that. Take it how it resonates. Somebody like that who really puts you down. Um, and now you're nurturing yourself, and that's why this person caused a lot of mischief with that mischief card. I feel like in a way as well, they could have affected your romance, if you got away from this person. I felt like that in the past with some of your readings. And lastly, what do we have with the Knight of Wands and the Two of Swords? You have two coming out. You have the Seven of Wands on the bottom. I'm sorry, we are getting into the half hour here. I apologize. You have the Lovers and the Fool here. So I feel like this can be in love, or this can be in your area of a path, whatever it is you choose to take. But you're taking a leap of faith in this. And like I said, you'll be taking that blindfold off and removing that with those Two of Swords and taking that down. But I feel like, whatever this path is, it's going to be very good for you. Definitely looks like a good love reading for you. Just take it how it resonates. Looks like it'd be good for love, or a different area of your life that's going to affect your love life in a good way. But that's what I have for you, Gemini. I apologize. This reading was so long. I didn't think it was going to be this long. Um, if you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Until then, enjoy your week. week and the eclipse and everything else. And I hope to see you at the next read. Thanks. Bye.